So for the last 30 days, I've been using the new ASUS Vivobook S16 OLED as my daily laptop. It's a more affordable offering from ASUS that's geared towards students, working professionals, and everyday general productivity. And the specific variant I have here is powered by the Snapdragon X26100 ARM CPU. And in this video, I want to share my experience with you guys. I'll talk about things like the performance, the display, and the battery life. And I'll also touch upon the little things like how good is the keyboard and trackpad, what's the speaker quality like, how's the webcam. Basically, everything you need to know about the ASUS Vivobook S16 is in this video. So with that being said, let's get started. Starting off with the unboxing, you have your typical ASUS packaging. Inside the box, you get the laptop itself. We have it here in the BFF peachy color, or pink to be precise. You also get some documentation, and last but not the least, you have your 65-watt USB-C PD charger with the power cord. Now, like always, I want to start off by talking about the design and build quality. And the ASUS Vivobook S16 has this really simple and sleek design. It reminds me of the original MacBook Air with this wedge shape right here. And it's not really thick either. So coming in at 15.9 millimeters at its thinnest and 17.9 millimeters at its thickest point. It's not too heavy either for a 16-inch laptop, coming in at 1.74 kilograms minus the power adapter. And it's available in 4 colors. So I have it here in the BFF peachy color, or pink, which goes from almost a light pink to rose gold with this metallic look. It's not a fingerprint magnet, so it resists fingerprints quite nicely in my opinion. And personally, I'm not a fan of pink laptops, but if you are, I think this is the one to go for. But there is also a silver, a gray, as well as a salvia green, which looks really unique and fresh in my opinion. And nothing too aggressive going on here. So you have super minimal branding here, the ASUS Vivobook text. And overall, I think this is a laptop that you can take to school, work, or the library without any issues. It's not going to get you too many eyeballs. It looks premium, it looks professional, but it's not one of those funky gaming laptops which you're going to make everything awkward around you. So yeah, this looks like a really nice laptop in my opinion. Overall, the build quality is also pretty good. So it's a metal build. So the top lid has 0 to no flex. Even the keyboard deck feels really solid. The bottom plate is surprisingly very sturdy as well. So there's no give. It feels like a sturdy piece of hardware, really solid. And even this display assembly is well put together. So not too much flex, there's not much wobble. And the hinge has this sweet spot amount of tension where it's not too tight, not too loose, just the perfect amount of tension. And this laptop can actually pass the one hand open test, which is really good. And it goes all the way to 180 degrees. So if you wanted to share your presentation or show something to someone sitting across the table, I think this is a good feature. And yeah, overall the build quality and design on the ASUS Vivobook S16 is super solid in my opinion. Now talking about ports on the Vivobook S16, towards the right you have a single USB type A 3.2 Gen 1 port with the LED indicator for charging as well as the hard drive. Towards the back it's empty, and towards the left side you have 2 USB-C USB 4 ports. So these can do 4K display output as well as 40 gigabits per second data transfer, and these also support power delivery, so you can use it to charge the laptop. There's also a full-size HDMI 2.1 port, and there is another USB 3.2 Gen 1 Type A port with your combo audio jack. So this supports both headphones as well as microphones, so you can use it for headsets as well as mics. Now jumping inside the laptop, you have a full-size chiclet keyboard here, and ASUS calls this the ErgoSense keyboard. It's got 1.9 millimeters of travel. There is adequate amount of spacing between the keys, and the keys also have this, curved dent, which is going to feel nice and comfortable while you're typing. It's a really nice keyboard overall in my opinion. Typing on this for a long time feels really good. Good amount of travel, good feedback. You have your function row right here, and the only complaint I have here is the tiny arrow keys, so you'll have to do some finger gymnastics and shimmy around a little bit to make use of those. But there's also a number pad. The number pad keys are smaller than the rest of the keyboard just to fit in everything in this amount of space. But the trackpad, this is the ASUS ErgoSense trackpad. It's a glass trackpad and it is huge. Even for a 16-inch laptop, this trackpad is humongous, and it's a really smooth surface, really precise tracking, very accurate, supports all the gestures that Windows has, and ASUS has also included some smart gestures. If you swipe vertically towards the left, you can increase and decrease the volume. If you swipe vertically towards the right, you can increase and decrease the brightness of the display. And if you swipe horizontally while watching a video, you can go ahead or come back, which is really useful in my opinion. The keyboard is also backlit, and there is multiple brightness levels that you can set it to. So overall, the keyboard and trackpad experience on the ASUS Vivobook S16 is top notch. I have no issues, and the trackpad clicks are also not too loud. So if you are in a cafe or a library, you're not going to annoy the person sitting next to you. It's a very silent keyboard and trackpad experience, and I really like it. Now, talking about speakers, you've got two speakers on the ASUS Vivobook S16. These are bottom firing speakers, and they do support Dolby Atmos. And the speaker quality on this laptop is surprisingly really good. For the price, it gives a lot of volume, and even at loud volumes, it's not distorting. There's no crackle. So if you're watching videos, playing games or listening to a podcast, you can enjoy it peacefully without any issues. And the quality overall is really good. The dynamic range is good. It's a crisp speaker experience in my opinion. And here is a speaker test for you guys. Now, talking about the webcam on the ASUS Vivobook S16, you have a full HD IR webcam with a physical privacy shutter. So if you're not using it, you can close it to protect your online privacy. And since this is an IR webcam, it does support Windows Hello. So you can sign into the laptop with your face. It works sometimes it doesn't. I'd still prefer a physical fingerprint reader, but yeah, having Windows Hello is nice on this laptop. And since this laptop has an NPU, it does support the Windows Studio effects as well. So background blur, portrait lighting, eye contact, as well as automatic framing. And here is a webcam test for you guys. So this is a webcam sample of the ASUS Vivobook S16 OLED. This is how the video looks from the 2 megapixel 1080p webcam. And this is also the audio from the internal microphones. You guys let me know what you guys think in the comment section about the video quality as well as the audio quality. Now, talking about my favorite part about the ASUS Vivobook S16, it's that display. It's a 16-inch Full HD OLED panel with a 60 Hz refresh rate, and this is a 10-bit panel, so you get 1 billion colors. It's also a 16:10 aspect ratio, so extra vertical real estate, which is more suitable for scrolling web pages as well as long Excel sheets or Word documents. You'll have more content vertically, which is nice for general productivity. And since this is the OLED panel, you get the deep blacks and the punchy colors, and you have a glossy panel here, so everything just pops. Now, one disadvantage to having a glossy display is that you'll have to deal with reflections here and there, but I think it's totally worth it. This display is a treat to use, whether you're watching YouTube videos or binge watching shows on Netflix. Coupled with the speakers on this laptop, the multimedia experience is really solid. And even if you are someone who's doing some light gaming or light photo or video editing, it's a color accurate panel as well. So 95% DCI-P3. Overall, really nice display, thin bezels, 89% screen to body ratio, really immersive experience, and having an OLED display at this price is really impressive. Now, talking about performance, the ASUS Vivobook S16 is powered by the Snapdragon X X1 CPU. Yes, this is the ARM chip, the same kind that you find on your smartphones. It's got 8 cores and 8 threads at 2.97 gigahertz, and it's coupled with the Snapdragon Hexagon NPU, which gives you up to 45 TOPS. And there is 16 gigabytes of LPDDR5X RAM at 8,448 megatransfers per second, 512 gigabytes of PCI Gen 4 M.2 NVMe SSD, and the storage is expandable here. And the GPU here is the Adreno X145 GPU at 1.1 gigahertz, giving you up to 1.7 teraflops of performance. Now, numbers aside, I've made a detailed video last year about ARM on Windows and Snapdragon laptops, so I highly recommend you guys watch that. I did run some synthetic benchmarks to start the performance test. So I ran things like Geekbench 6, Cinebench 2024 and Cinebench 2026. I also ran the Blender benchmark. All the scores are going to be on your screen right now. And I also tested the read and write speeds on the SSD, which is quite decent for a Gen 4 SSD. So we're getting really good read and write speeds. Numbers aside, talking about real world performance, it's actually a really fast and snappy laptop. So if you're doing basic stuff like email, browsing, Word documents, watching videos, some light coding, some light photo editing here and there, it's a really fast laptop. It's not a high performance laptop. If you're someone who wants to do heavy video editing, do 4K video editing, or play heavy games, I don't think this is the laptop for you. If you are looking for a laptop that's really good at general productivity and all the light apps like the Microsoft Suite as well as Google Chrome and all the basic stuff that you use on a day-to-day basis, all of that works really good. Multitasking feels good. It can switch between apps really quickly. Everything opens up really quickly. And this does not heat up at all. And the biggest advantage you have here with the Snapdragon X is the efficiency. The battery life on this laptop is amazing. Now, I did run some games as well as, a video editing test. I tried Counter-Strike 2 on this one. I was barely getting 60 FPS with lots of lags here and there. Snapdragon on Windows right now is not ready for high-end gaming, so I think we'll have to wait for some more iterations and some more optimization from the developers to get that. I was able to open up DaVinci Resolve. There's an optimized version for ARM on Windows, and I was able to edit 1080p videos fine, but if you do 4K video editing or if you're doing multiple layers with lots of effects and transitions, I don't think this is the laptop for you. If you're doing basic stuff, it's fine. I rendered a 1080p video 5 minutes. It took about 5 minutes 30 seconds to render that, which is decent. This is not a laptop for someone who wants to do heavy video editing or heavy gaming. It's more geared towards everyday general productivity and students and office work. Now, talking about battery life, you have a 70 watt hour 3-cell lithium-ion battery here, and battery life is amazing. I was able to get 8 to 10 hours easily with light to medium usage every day. So basic stuff like email, browsing, watching YouTube videos, some light video editing, and photo editing here and there. Mixed usage will get you that kind of battery life. You can get more. I've seen people get 10, 12, or 14 hours of battery life while they're doing just light stuff. But if you're a heavy user, again, your results may vary. But if you do run out of juice, this laptop also supports fast charging. So there's a 65 watt PD USB-C charger available, which can take this laptop from 0 to 60% in under 1 hour. So 50 minutes to be precise, which is awesome. So you can plug it in for an hour and it's ready to go for the rest of the day, which is pretty nice. So battery life and charging on this laptop is sorted. Now, talking about thermals and acoustics, this laptop does not really overheat. It idles at around 40 degrees when you're not doing anything, and even if the laptop is under load, let's say while I'm running the Cinebench benchmark, which is a very heavy benchmark, the laptop maxes out at around 65 degrees Celsius. So you're going to be in that 40 degree to 65 degree bracket no matter what you're doing. So there's no thermal throttling, it's not really overheating. Yes, there is a fan, which is not audible when you're doing light stuff, but let's say you're pushing this laptop quite a lot with gaming or heavy video editing or stuff like that, you can hear the fan, and here is a fan noise test. In terms of connectivity, you have got Wi-Fi 6E as well as Bluetooth 5.3. I was able to use Bluetooth accessories without any issues, and I was also getting really solid speeds on my Wi-Fi, so connectivity is not an issue at all. Alright, conclusion time. Who should buy this laptop? If you are someone who's looking for a really solid everyday general productivity laptop for school or for work, and you want something that's going to last you really long, has really good battery life and decent port selection, I think this is a solid option. Who's this laptop not for? It's for the people who want a high performance machine to play games on, or to do heavy video editing, heavy photo editing, or do some insane amounts of coding. It's not for those people. But if you're doing light stuff, everyday basic tasks that we do, I think this is a really solid laptop. And for 65,000 rupees, which is the current pricing, and there's always deals and discounts going on this model, I've seen people getting it under 60,000 rupees as well, which is an awesome price for this display and the kind of laptop that you get. I think is a really good value for money option from ASUS. Really affordable, good, laptop for the masses in my opinion. Also, do your research on Windows on ARM, see which apps work and which apps don't, and see if the apps you use every day work on Windows on ARM. And those are my closing thoughts. That's pretty much it for my review on the ASUS Vivobook S16. Those are my 2 cents. If you have any questions or queries, do let me know in the comments down below. I'll be there replying to you guys. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you guys don't miss out on future uploads. And I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace out.